Hello. I wanted to call you a turtle dove for some reason. My turtle dove. I've never said that before. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I'm going through a nodal reversal. I'm not going through a nodal reversal yet, but we're having a new moon on my node. The nodal reversal is going to be technically in a little while, but we're having a new moon directly on top of my north node in the same sign that my south node is in. So we're going to say that I'm starting my nodal reversal now, as that's just how it's going to be. So we're going to get into this. I did look up the nakshatras on ChatGPT, and it gave me a pretty good example of those two nakshatras, so we're going to take a second and look at those together. Actually, I needed to record this. On this thing, so I could use this. I'm going to stop it. Don't do that. Okay. I'll stop. Unless I can pull it up on here. I don't know if I'll be able to. I do have it. Okay. We had a little bit of conversation on here. Go back up to the top. We told me a lot of stuff. Oh, I didn't realize it was that much. I was just asking questions. I wasn't even really listening to what he was responding to me. So we're going to listen to it now. So I did start by asking about so we're going to be taking a look at a couple different nakshatras. We're going to start with where my south node is at, which is in Dhishtana. It's still a little bit of time before it reaches that point, but I just want to make this video now because I asked ChatGPT about it, and so it's going to explain to us what each of these mean. And I'll pull a card.
Yes. The nodal reversal transit is one of the biggest karmic checkpoints in astrology. Let me explain clearly how it works and what it means. Chab, what is a nodal reversal? The lunar nodes, Rahu plus Ketu, move retrograde through the zodiac, completing a full cycle in about 18.5 years. Around the 9-year mark, they reach the exact opposite position from where they were at your birth. This is called the nodal reversal. It happens again every 9 years. So ages 9, 27, 45, 63, and so on, bring these karmic turning points. What it means spiritually. During a nodal reversal, the nodes flip. Your south node becomes activated through Rahu, and your north node gets shadowed by Ketu. This stirs up past life patterns, karmic residue, and old habits. It can feel like being pulled back into old comfort zones, south node themes, while your actual growth direction, north node, feels blocked, confusing, or unstable. Think of it like a karmic test. The universe asks, are you going to fall back into your old story or keep stretching into your north node path? Themes you may feel. Sudden karmic connections. People or situations from your past reemerge. Revisiting old lessons. Issues you thought you outgrew may resurface. Restlessness or uncertainty. Feeling torn between comfort versus growth. Course correction, realizing where you've been avoiding your true path. Karmic release, sometimes endings happen, jobs, relationships, identities, so you can realign. Example with your nodes, Dhanishta Maga axis. With your south node in Dhanishta, a reversal might bring back themes of community identity, rhythm, chasing prosperity, or social validation. Old desires for recognition through groups may resurface. But your north node in Maga gets temporarily shadowed, so leadership, ancestral authority, or legacy work may feel unclear or harder to step into. The test here, not to fall back into being just part of the tribe's rhythm, but to keep moving toward owning your throne, your ancestral seat of power. Timing. The first reversal, age 9, often plays out unconsciously, family karmas, childhood events. The second, age 27, is huge. It often coincides with Saturn return, making it a major life crossroad. Later reversals, 45, 63, etc., mark shifts in maturity, purpose, and legacy. In short, nodal reversal equals karmic temptation plus test. It brings back the old story so you can choose differently this time and step more firmly onto your true North Node path. Do you want me to calculate and tell you exactly when your next nodal reversal transit happens based on your birth chart, October 12th, 1998?
That's my birthday. Okay. So yeah, that's just what so that's what we're going to be looking at today. Okay. I need to go to the laundry really badly. I'm going to go back to work here in a second. I did get my fridge all filled up. Thank goodness. I have a fridge full of fucking Red Bulls, bitch. I got a bunch of salads. Delicious. Okay. So, welcome. Hello. My name is Madeline. We're doing a tarot reading because that's what I do. I don't really know how to do right now. That and shake my butt. Which tends to be the thing. What is that about? What is it? Why is that the thing? Why do people get so attracted by butts? I was listening to the Divine Comedy today when I was at work. Obviously, I was shaking my butt. But we got to the end, like, part of the Divine Comedy. And, like when they're going through, like, the gorbly, like, people that are, like, talking, like, literal, like, poop is, like, coming out of their mouth when they're talking. It was making all these fart noises and my butt was on the camera. I was like, ew, no, stop. It was fun. Had to have been there. We're gonna be... Oh. I got Robin Williams this time. Mr. Robin Williams to come with me this time. We climbed the pole as Dante ascended, or Dante and his master. I can't remember his name. Yeah. So we're gonna start Purgatory next, and then like I climbed as they were getting to the very end, where like they climb up out of hell. You know, mind you, I'm not necessarily like, I mean, I'm still learning how to do the pole thing, especially when it comes to like lifting my own body weight, because like I'm really trying to be healthy. Okay. I really am trying to be healthy and be healthy and make healthy decisions with what I eat and what I watch and what I take in, and I try to be very cautious of that, just because I know that what I put in is a lot of times what I get out. I know that's what happens a lot of times. It's got a crunch to it. Want a piece of crunch? You want a piece of crunch? That's not crunch. Where's a piece of crunch for the dog? I can't find one. Hey, baby. Back on. Let's see. I get. Okay. It's nothing too crazy. I got Robin Williams. I got Marilyn Monroe. I got Chester. We'll just leave it at that for now. Okay. We're gonna go all the way. Just give me like a second to just like kind of reacclimate myself. It can be really difficult sometimes. First of all, it can be difficult just being able to perceive those realms of reality. It can be very difficult. You know, obviously not like going crazy, driving yourself mad, being able to still be able to differentiate what is happening in a different realm of existence, in the spirit realm, in the ancestor realm, and being able to understand what's happening in physical reality. And sometimes the pull from the ancestor realm or from the spirit realm can be so strong. Not only strong, but like there's like a feeling of like destiny in the realm of ancestors. Like it's like you know that's where you're supposed to be going. It can be so easy to get your mind so wrapped up and so stuck in that realm where it's like sometimes I'll notice, or you'll notice, or just like you can notice that just like time just goes by and you're just like going through all of these different like things, and it's just I don't want to say it's a burden, because it's not a burden. Not a burden that I can't handle. A lot of times the things that I pick up, or the people or the spirits that I pick up, they'll be so fascinating. I'll get so enwrapped and enthralled in their stories and into their karma and into their passions and into finding things that remind me of them and things that are speaking to the spirit that's working through me through that realm. A lot of times they're dead people. A lot of times they're people that have already passed on, or people that are also... What's the matter, baby? I'm gonna eat my salad still. Okay, I'll give you some when I'm done. I will. It can be just difficult. But I get through it. Marilyn Monroe is fascinating, though. I adore her. She was fascinating. She's fascinating to me. You know, a lot of people have experienced, you know, like the spirit of Marilyn, especially if you're like on your way to becoming famous, or if you're dealing with large groups of energy from like mass amounts of people from watching you. There's a sort of energy, sometimes it can be extremely depleting. I feel like she can really help guide you and help you learn how to balance the energy a little bit. Right, she's divided. She's very much so divided. I can't be forsaken because I'm not the only one. There's many people. Whether she aids them or whether she stays with them for a long time, there's many people. Right? She's a very interesting spirit. Probably one of the most interesting spirits that if she chooses you to work with, it's, you know, that she really is truly became like a goddess, right? Because she truly like one of the strongest energies of like a spirit that's came to work with me, but also just like to become me, right? And I to become her. I don't even know if it's something that was already always like that. And I see it as something that would be like that, but it's interesting. It's interesting. You know, I think that there's been a lot of people that she's helped in her, you know, 60 years that she's been dead. She died at what, 36? Hey, can you back off? Back off, babe. Go away, baby. I'm trying to do this. I'll feed you some of my salad when I'm done, my love. I can't feed it to you. I haven't even finished eating it. Go lay down. You go lay down. No, I said you go and lay down. What is your problem? And she said, I want some now. You do? All right, here, have a bite. Now kick rocks. And they're a little messy. Have your chicken. You have some chicken, baby. It's fine. I would say, in my opinion, she's definitely one of the most selfless. Like, I mean, obviously, her image is cherished by humanity in general, right? She's embedded into, like, our memory, right? Like, I've never even seen one of her movies all the way through. I've never even seen any of her movies, but like I know who she is. I just automatically know who she is, right? We all just know who she is. She's somebody that has a lot of unfinished karma. A lot of unfinished karma. A lot of things, you know, really got cut short for her. I was reading a book about her that was so horribly written, and I just feel like was so far off the mark of how she really truly felt. And I wasn't sure if it was because of, you know, like the Hollywood like vampire energies that were trying to just like suck off her life force or suck off of her success or create success off of her. And I could see why they might write it that way, to try to kind of maybe protect her legacy or to protect her true essence. But I don't think she likes that. I think that every single person that Marilyn has shown herself through, and it's so many women, so many men even, I think that she loves that. I don't think that she dislikes that. I think she really truly loves that. And I don't think that it's anything, you know, it was a shame what happened. I do feel like if I feel as though if she could go back, she would. But she can't. I think that who she was, she felt a necessity to be famous. It was her only way of surviving. I think that she learned a lot. I think that she learned a lot, and she also set a really great example for the whole America, for all of America, really. Especially when it comes to people that are interested in having or making some sort of name for themselves, whether it's film or music or modeling or just being attractive. But I don't believe that, you know, I don't see, like, yes, she might have lived before. I do believe that there are a lot of people that might take advantage of her and will use her to get themselves far and to get themselves to succeed, but they don't have the ability to empathize for a spirit that's not physically here, that's physically passed on, to understand what she needs or know how to help her transcend her karma so that she's not stuck as a tree in the first circle of hell, right? I believe that, like, I didn't know her, I wasn't alive. I do believe that she's a Gemini. So Geminis have that ability to really be what they need to be in the moment. And I don't believe that she connected with, I don't believe that she felt as though she was Norma Jean anymore. I feel like she was when she chose to become Marilyn Monroe, she owned that. Marilyn Monroe became her. And that's fine. But there's the on and there's still the off, right? It's like, I don't know. She was just so people just, I just don't feel like people truly understood her. And they really were unable to see beyond just her the way she looked. Yes, she was one of the most beautiful women in the world, and that's fine. But a lot of times, in like Robert Greene's book, The Art of Seduction, I believe, the beauty is one of the types that can be seduced by someone else. And it says to listen to her thoughts, listen to her speak, right? She was very intelligent. She was very wise, but she also had like this Mrigashirsha influence, which is the first nakshatra ruled by Mars. And a lot of times that can deal with gaslighting and people trying to discredit your beliefs, discredit your perspective. And I can imagine it was probably a lot worse than it would be even now, just because of gender biases and kind of the image that she was portrayed as. I think a lot of Marilyn's life was really, especially the beginning when she first got like her first big roles, they were really based around survival. I don't necessarily feel like they were in alignment with her, but it painted her to be this person because the way that she played it, the way that she presented herself was so mesmerizing, unforgettable, iconic. Definitely, just, I don't know so much about like not having a father, but I do know about not having like a mother. And I would say that there was definitely some times where I would have gone through some pretty extreme lengths for like my mother to notice me. Obviously, a mother or a daughter more than likely really needs her father. She needs her mother as well, but it's really that like opposite role when like a son will really more than likely really need his mother in his life. While the same genders can be like helpful and it can be good to have both, but like the opposite gender really is so important because it's just not, it's positive and negative, right? You don't, like when you're thinking about a battery, the positive and the negative are the thing that generates power. While two negative energies can be very that's just like, especially back then, I don't know, there wasn't so much like gayness. What does the Five of Swords reverse even mean? It represents a peaceful resolution of conflict, letting go of past resentments, often appearing as advice to accept defeat with grace, walk away from a battle, or avoid being a sore loser. Alternatively, it can just feeling overwhelmed and scattered, advising you to pace yourself, manage stress, avoid burnout, set clear boundaries to restore calm and focus. You know, there's kind like when I pulled Marilyn, I didn't pull her from like the Hollywood egregore of Marilyn. I really got her. I got the gift of Marilyn through helping the Kennedys, through the spirit realm and Jackie. That's who I helped. I didn't see Marilyn right away. First, I saw Jackie. That's who I saw first. Before I even really read tarot or even knew how to read tarot, I still don't really know how to, but a really long time ago, I had like this like deck with like all these weird women. I remember there was like Courtney Love in it. And like Marilyn Monroe was in the deck as well, but she didn't really speak to me. It was Jackie Kennedy Onassis that spoke to me. And it was like one of the very first times, like handful of times that I ever channeled. And she said something to me. I have no idea. I don't remember what she said before I even started the YouTube channel. She was saying something to me. And I do feel like when Marilyn died, because she didn't really have anyone, I really do feel like Jackie carried her, especially after John F. Kennedy died. I do feel as though Jackie really held on to her, you know? You have to think the aspect of Jackie and Marilyn. I feel like Marilyn wanted to be friends with Jackie, but I feel like Jackie had a really difficult time with her own sense of herself, and Marilyn being, you know, just like absolutely extremely like breathtakingly beautiful, and Jackie was a little bit exotic looking. She was a little bit like, she was very beautiful, don't get me wrong, but she just had, it wasn't in the same way that Marilyn was. And I feel like Marilyn really wanted to be friends with her, but there was a sense of pride in Jackie where she couldn't bring herself to befriend her because of her own insecurities about herself. And I think that made Marilyn feel kind of sad, and I think it made her feel unloved, like she always felt. And I think that Jackie was unhappy with herself that she was unable to do that. Because Marilyn, there was so much that Marilyn could have taught Jackie. Because Leo is ninth. And the ninth is going to talk about higher learning and long distance travel. And it's like the guru. So, wait, is that right? No, because, wait, hold on. We're talking sextiles here, so I'm sorry. That would be 11th. So she could maybe see Marilyn as like, no, it's the 11th house. Casual acquaintances, nothing special. While Marilyn would have seen her more so as like her best friend. Because the 3rd house deals with friends and siblings. Marilyn probably saw her as like a sister, or she wanted her to be like a sister. I think that there was a sense of I think that Marilyn and John F. Kennedy were very similar. Almost to the point where, like, have you ever met somebody that's a lot like you and you almost fucking just hate them? Not that you hate them, but it's just like, they just fucking bug you for some reason. You know what I'm talking about? I think that's what it was. A little bit like that. I think it was a little bit like that. The Wheel of Fortune's in reverse. What goes up must come down. And Judgment. I do know that in the 60s, they did some fucking really weird, like the government and just like, I don't know who it was, what it was, I can't fully comprehend it. Whether it was a CIA, I don't know what it was. They were doing some weird stuff. Just weird, like think of like John Lennon. Like it was just weird. Like it was a really weird time. And I think that there was some stuff that was done governmentally in connection with prophecy and Marilyn and John F. Kennedy. And I think that that was what it was. And I think that they sacrificed him and her and his brother. That's what I think. I think that they figuratively kind of hung them 3 on crosses. Why? I don't know. We still went to war. I don't know. I have no idea. But there were some really weird, like with MK Ultra, that's my initials. MK is my initials. It's just weird. I don't know. It doesn't come in fully clear for me. All I know is it's weird. And it definitely makes me raise an eyebrow. And I definitely will have the final say in what I choose to believe. And I know that no bioweapons, no mind control has any effect on me, my loved ones. I can tell the difference in frequency of thoughts. I can tell when I'm picking up on someone else's thoughts. I can tell if there's thoughts being projected towards me through energy weapons or radio frequencies or anything. I can tell the difference in the frequency of the thought. I can tell what area of my body is speaking to me, what area of my brain is speaking to me. I know the pressure points inside my brain and the frequencies to play while meditating on that portion of my brain to get specific results as well. So I do understand the map of Keter. I do. I know the crown. I have a crown. I know that I have a crown. So I don't know what we're talking about here. I think that's it. The outcome is the Chariot. Hopes or fears, the 9 of Cups. Which one is this? Possible chain of events or something like that. I want you to be really aware of being tyrannical with people. There can be like the energy of like when you've played really, really nice with people for too long, if you're just naturally a really nice, sweet, like kind-hearted person, and you get people that are just like trying to trap you. And I don't want to say that what you're going to go through is going to be easy. It's going to be a fight. Prepare for battle, right? He's fully clad in armor here, right? This is not, we're not fucking around here, right? This is like going from Mars to Saturn, right? We're going from two malefics. We're not on the side of bright, cheery happiness. While there is the hope and the fear of Jupiter and Pisces, where we'll be able to have the blessing of, prosperous visions, the ground or the water that we walk on will be prosperous. It will be prosperous. Jupiter will help us collect prosperous, fertile ground to walk on. That is a definite with the Nine of Cups. That's not a hope or a fear. That sometimes that can be maybe a fear of the beauty that you will be walking into. But you actually have to get up and walk towards it. You actually have to make the move to go towards it. Cut the dead weight. It's not about that. It's about her. And her justice. And her ability to speak about things in a way that I don't think she even necessarily would have been able to have spoken about things in her past life. But it is what, from my perspective, what my intuition is telling me she would have wanted to say, especially after the fact. So, that's what we got. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the reading. I don't really know what that was about, but be aware of this. The Emperor in reversed. Don't be a tyrant. Learn how to rule. Like, being a ruler and having authority over yourself, over your life, over, other people. It's not a loud thing. It's something, it's quiet, right? It's a quiet authority. It's a sense of knowing. It's not a sense of needing to be heard. It's not a sense of needing to be seen as anything. It's just a strong sense of what it is. It's like, it's a frequency of standing on business and doing what's right. Not for me, but for the soul, for the spirit, for the collective. I couldn't imagine being trapped like that for so long. So, we're just kind of going along. We're going to go have fun. We're going to go have fun. It's going to be fun. It's not fun. We always have fun. I mean, it can be kind of boring, but like for the most part, it's pretty fun. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. You just have to be really careful about who you allow into. Once you make your life by yourself beautiful, people have a way of coming into things and just fucking things up. Just like no regard for anyone else's space or anyone else's feelings or thoughts or futures. Like, right? People can just be so messy, myself included, in other people's lives. So there's a sense of really coming to peace and coming to just center a little bit. Just coming to center and just, it's a quiet kind of just gratitude. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope that helped you in some way. It helped me. I'm going to finish eating my salad and drinking my Red Bull. And I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to go have fun. It's 1 a.m. It's almost the witching hour. And yeah. Just be whoever you want to be. It's not about being one thing, right? You can be anyone. Who do you have to become to get you to where you want to go? Now that we've gotten this, like now that we've found our gem, now that I found my gem, I don't have any Gemini in my chart. Now that I found my gem, Shrek over here, that's me. I'm Shrek, dude. I'm Shrek. I'm Shrek. I'm Shrek. I'm Shrek. I guess I'm Shrek. So, gotta go, and you know, boopity boop.